Hello, everybody. Ella J here on behalf of WrestleZone, and today I am joined by one of France's top stars, Celine Faery. How are you today?
Not too bad. How are you?
I am so good to be catching up with you all the way from across the Atlantic Ocean. Here we are sitting down. You have been on my radar for a hot minute now, and I must say you've definitely been building a credible resume for yourself. And I do have to say, our fandom of wrestling actually is pretty similar because I also started watching in 2009. I was 11 turning 12. So around the same time as you. So our timelines are kind of similar. So I kind of wanted to start there. And obviously, AJ Lee was big for you growing up. You felt very connected to her, and now she's back. But before we get into that, tell us more about your love for AJ Lee.
I think AJ Lee is really my idol, kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah, because when I started watching wrestling, I think I discovered AJ Lee a few years later, and I was like,
yeah,
oh, this is the person I want to be, because she has this style, she has this personality that is so different, and even this physique, like she's small, she's a teeny person, and I was like, oh my God, she's me. I want to be like her,
yeah.
really. And it was amazing to see someone like that in the ring because back in the time it was mainly models in the ring.
Yes.
And she was bringing something different that really made sense for me. And I think it was so cool. I think she's such an example for a lot of girls, even a lot of boys actually, because just because of her style and just the message she's sharing is that you can be different and be stay the same and still make it, you know.
Yeah, and now here she is, a decade later. She's on a little bit of a hiatus, it seems like, but after a decade of what nobody thought would happen, AJ Lee is now back. I have to imagine, as somebody growing up who looked up to her, seeing her now back and potentially in the mix for some more matches has to be really exciting.
Well, I think I cried. I did cry.
Valid.
I did cry a little bit because I woke up and I think I had a booking that day or for some reason. And I
Yeah.
just, before leaving home, I was like, hmm, she might be back. I was like, she might be back. So I'm just gonna check social media in case, just in case. And I just opened it and literally the first thing I see is her being back. And I said, okay, I'm crying. I couldn't stop smiling. I had a little tears in my eyes. I was like, my God, she is back. And just the crowd, how the crowd reacted was crazy. I think it's the biggest pop I ever heard. Um, just it was amazing, honestly amazing.
Yeah, like a decade ago, unthinkable. We thought she was done after 2015. Now here we are, literally a decade later, she's back in the mix. I know I myself, like, that was like, they never say never, but that was definitely one I thought it's never gonna happen. And then it did. So I'm so happy that she's back. And I will say, I'm so curious. Your fandom started really young. You had wanted to be a wrestler for a while, but if you think back, like even younger, before you found pro wrestling, what did little Celine envision herself doing for a career when she got older? What were your early aspirations?
Before wrestling,
Yeah.
my God, I don't even remember. Because I was so young. Like I started watching wrestling, I was 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. I've always been, this shy, quiet person. Still I'm. And I don't know. I think I was just, well, that's cool. I was just doing my homework and things like that. I don't think I was really thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Um, and then when I started to watch wrestling, I think everything made sense. I don't know how, I don't know how to say it, but I was just so different for the person I could see on my screen. I was just so shy, so quiet, and the people you see in the ring are bigger than life. So it was so different from who I was, but I thought this is what I want to do. I want to wrestle. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I want to wrestle. And it was complicated, especially at that time because I was 11. So of course I had no idea how you could become a wrestler.
Yeah.
And at the time, for me, being a wrestler was being a model or being something like that. And the only thing I had in my mind was the diva search. So I could remember. So I was like, oh, okay, so if I want to be a wrestler, I have to be a model, which I was not, of course. And so I was just thinking, oh, okay, it's gonna be difficult, but it's gonna be okay. And especially because wrestling in France was absolutely nothing. I didn't know wrestling in France existed at
Yeah.
all. So this is when I became a little bit more mature and a little bit more adult. Then I started to, collect information about moving, because I'm from the countryside of France, about moving to Paris to learn wrestling and etc. Well, so yeah, it took a long time. It took nearly 10 years before the time I thought, oh, I want to do wrestling, and the time I started training.
Yeah, and I mean, you've trained different places too. You mentioned moving to France and then you moved to Ireland and now you're kind of back in France from what I understand. So, obviously they're both in the European scene, but I imagine they might feel worlds apart. So, in between your training in France and Ireland, did you find a major difference, whether it's style wise or like coaching wise, in your training between the two countries?
So when I moved to Ireland, I've already started training in France, but only a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it was different because I would say Ireland was more focused on the selling and just personality, who you are, and not only the moves you are doing, not only the big flips, everything. It was more who you are, show who you are, because this is what give the audience something that will bring them back. Um, so I think this is at that time that I realized that, for example, my body, my physique should be, um, I need to use it as an advantage instead of it being a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the vision is a little bit different, and the love of wrestling in this country is huge. The crowd is huge, and they are so into it. So I think it helped me develop really my love for wrestling to get it even bigger.
I know too, you have kind of been open about some of the struggles that you had early on. After your debut, you might have felt a little down. But then you sent a message to one of my favorite people, Lady Frost. You bring the magic
Yes,
everywhere. She's bringing the snow and the ice everywhere as well.
yes.
And then that kind of came full circle when you got to wrestle her. So tell us more about this full circle moment with Lady Frost. First you got that message of motivation back from her. And then a few years later, you're wrestling her yourself. I have to imagine this kind of full circle, amazing moment.
Yes. So first she was supposed to come to France 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was planned on this show. And when I saw she was on the poster, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet her. I was not thinking I'm gonna wrestle her, but just meet her. And then she had health issues and she couldn't come. So I was like, okay. The year after, she was indeed booked for WPE, but I was on another show. So couldn't meet her. I said, oh, it's okay. It's just how it is. And then I had this show, and I'm like, I see the poster. I'm like, okay, I am in the same match as her. And I could have been very stressed and everything, but for me, it was okay until the second I see her
Yeah.
coming into the room, and I just look at her and I'm like, oh, okay. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. It's okay. It's okay. Because I was thinking, okay, she's the person I used to follow on social media. And I really liked the message she was sharing. Really, like I think she's amazing in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. But what I really like about her is the message she wants to share is because she started wrestling a little bit late, well, later than other people. She's very open about resilience, about mental health issues, about life, about and everything like that. And I think this is a really good message. And I think it's not in my opinion, but I think when you have influence or if you get famous somehow, your mission should be to share good stuff and to be the voice somehow of people that don't have
Yeah.
your voice. And she really uses her platform to share this kind of message and to share more than wrestling. And I think it's amazing. So meeting her and sharing the ring with her was amazing. And especially at the end because I won the title and then I just turned around and she's here behind me and this is why I started crying.
I have to imagine too, as the veteran, I think she's been doing this about a decade now. As the veteran in the business, I assume it's probably a learning opportunity for you as well. Were you able to pick her brain or ask for advice or feedback after sharing the ring with her as well?
No, we didn't really have time, but I took a few minutes just to tell her that like she's a person I look up to and because I texted her like a few years ago, but I don't think she could remember it.
Yeah.
So I just told her that she was a person I looked up to, and so thank you. Just I wanted to tell her that.
Yeah, and as you said, see you down the road again, hopefully in the future.
Hopefully,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's such an awesome pairing too, because you're both like very sparkly and you're spreading the good vibes, you know. I love it. Hopefully maybe we get it now on her turf. Maybe we get you guys in the States now in the future. We'll see what happens. But you've had a few full circle moments, I feel like, in your short career thus far. I mean, obviously another one kind of similar to this. You were once an interviewer as well for you interviewed Enzo Amore, and then a few years later, you're posing with him after winning a title at OTT. Tell us about that moment and the significance of that full circle moment as well.
yeah, I forgot this one. I forgot because thank you for reminding me, which is crazy because I have a picture of that in my
Yeah,
so yeah, I this whole day was fucking crazy actually. It was so I was racing for OCT and I just told that I had a title match for the General Neutral Championship
yeah,
just the day before. I arrived at the venue extremely late. I arrived at the venue super late. I'm very stressed. Not only like the match, oh yeah, I was stressed about the match, but I was stressed because Jesus Christ, I'm fucking late. Like, and I
yeah.
knew I was the opener. So come on. It was you're stuck in the traffic and all you can think of is I'm so late, I'm so late, I'm so late. Anyway, so right at the venue, I do my match. Uh, I'm very lucky because I'm sharing the ring with three guys that I really love and are
Yeah.
incredibly talented and amazing. And I win this title. So first of all, it's crazy because I am the second female ever to win this title
Wow.
after of Martina. So it was such an honor, and I am the first French to win a title in OTT. So it's crazy for me. And I go backstage and I see Enzo and I'm like, oh my God, is I have to talk to him. And I go to him and I'm like, a few years ago, so I think it was 6 years before, something like that. I was working for a wrestling news website. And because of that, I had the opportunity to interview several superstars. I could interview like The Miz, so Big Cass, Enzo Amore, Carmella, and all this kind
Mhm.
of people. And and then all the images come to my mind. I'm like, I used to interview you. Like I have a picture. I used to interview you, and now first we are sharing a backstage together, and I am the champ. I mean, this is so crazy. And it was so kind with me because he said, yeah, this is crazy, but look, like you push your dream. 6 years ago,
Yeah.
you could imagine you being a wrestler, and look at you now. You're sharing backstage, you're wrestling for one of the biggest wrestling promotion in Europe, and you have a title. And yeah, it was really, really, really crazy when you think about it. But it's cool because it just shows you how far you've come. And it's crazy. This is this kind of moment that everything makes sense when
Yeah.
you look at it. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs in wrestling. That was definitely, I have to imagine, a big
yeah,
high.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but you mentioned, it's all about the journey and you've been on this journey. Well, technically, I mean, you've been involved in wrestling for a long time, whether it's fandom, interviewing,
Yeah,
or getting into the ring yourself. Um, so throughout your in-ring career thus far though,
yeah.
how do you think you've grown personally and professionally the last few years?
Hard to answer. I've been incredibly lucky. Um, I've been incredibly lucky. Like I know I worked very, very hard, still
Yeah.
working definitely, but I've been so lucky. I had the opportunity to wrestle abroad, to win titles, to wrestle amazing, amazing opponents. Um, so yeah, I think I grew up a lot as a wrestler, as a person as well. And also my vision of wrestling changed. I think it's normal just because I think of experience and just how you perceive things.
Yeah.
But it's a never-ending cycle. I mean, it's you always have something to learn, whether it can be in the ring or outside the ring. This is why it's so interesting. I think this is why the journey is so interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about the journey. You're going to have those ups and downs. It's just what you do with them. You mentioned though traveling abroad. You now have wrestled in the States. I guess 3 times, but across 2 trips. You were here earlier over the summer and then last year, obviously. Tell us about some of your main takeaways from these experiences in the States from a wrestling standpoint.
Um, as you said, I did 2 trips. So this summer and back in April last year for WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
And I think WrestleMania was something. Really, it was something because I think as a wrestling fan, if you have the opportunity, go to the States and do WrestleMania at least once in your life. Just the atmosphere, just the fans, it's crazy. It's really like a human experience. It's not only a wrestling experience, it's really a human experience.
Yeah.
You're in the streets, you're just walking and you see fans and you have fans talking to each other and they're not from the same country. Sometimes they don't even speak the same language, but somehow they understand each other.
Speak the language
And
of wrestling. Yeah.
crazy, yeah, especially during the show. Um, you have Roman Reigns coming, you have Cody Rhodes coming, you have all of this, all the wrestlers, everything, and you have a match. And whether it's losing, whether it's winning or whatsoever, you have the people, they are hugging each other. And they're like, oh my God, did you see that? This is crazy, this is crazy. Or they are laughing together. Oh, this is fucking crazy. And this is
Right.
so beautiful. And when you look at that, you just take a second, you're like, oh, this is why I love wrestling. This is for this kind of moment. So WrestleMania was something and it makes you realize why you are doing that because you want to be a part of this kind of emotion too. And so WrestleMania weekend was crazy as well. You have Russian shows everywhere. Every single hour, you feel like you have a show going on. At that time, so I traveled to the States with a few friends of mine, including Ed LeBlanc, who recently signed with WWE and it was resting there. So basically, it was doing a show. Oh my God, we have to drive to another place. Oh, and you drive to another
Yeah.
place. Oh, and this and the ref because I was with the ref too, like Alex Schneider, very very good ref. And the same, like oh he's doing that. Oh he's doing that. And then you have Kuro. Oh, and Kuro is doing that. And that's insane. Like you
Going
cannot rest.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And we had the good opportunity to wrestle for Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who I was going to face. And crazy. I remember we were visiting New York on that day. We were going to the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah.
and we were eating at the fast food. And Egloban was on his phone, and he stops and he looked at me with stars in the eyes, and he said, do you know your match?" And I was just eating my fries, like I don't know, I'm eating my fries, and he just turned the phone, and I'm like, "This is Allie Katch," and I screamed in the restaurant. I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah!" And everyone turned around to me and they said, oh my God, this girl's crazy. But I've been knowing Allie Katch for a little bit before. We were a little bit chatting on Twitter and she looked absolutely amazing. It was like, oh, I want to face her because she seems to be such a good person, such a good wrestler, big personality. So I was so happy and she was so kind to me, so welcoming. And She's the best. She's so good. So good. I really like my match with her, and I hope we meet again. Really, really.
Yeah, you mentioned, that I think that one was a 10-day trip for you. You're going all these places, but I hope you had at least some time to maybe explore the scenes in that little
Yes, we
tri-state New
had.
York
Yeah,
Philly. Okay. So
a
tell us
little
about
bit.
tell us about some of the non-wrestling things that you enjoyed, whether it's the food or the sights during that trip.
I cannot say the food. I'm very sorry.
Fair enough.
But it was cool because you can discover things that does not exist in France.
Yeah.
And I remember we were going to Belong Wrestling. We were with Ryan Clancy. He was our driver, so we had to stop, and we were eating. I don't know what it was like meat restaurant, something like that. And even if you wanted to have the smallest plate,
No.
she was
It's a big
it
portion.
was so
Yeah.
huge, and we all looked at us and we were like, "Is it the smallest?" And he said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like everything's so different.
Yeah.
The way you eat, the way like the
Oh,
transports, just even the bed at the hotel is just so fucking huge. Really,
okay.
yeah. Even the car, like you cannot see me really because the car is so big. So to get into the car, I remember the first day I took a taxi and I saw the taxi, and the first thing I thought was, how am I going to get in? Because it was so big. Um, no, I really, really enjoyed the US. Really, I think New York, we had more time to visit New York because Philly, of course, was WrestleMania. So we were extremely busy. We visited a little bit, but I think we visited more New York. And it's an amazing city. Like, that's why I came back this year. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Central Park, Times Square. Times Square is amazing. You have this kind of atmosphere that you don't find in Europe. It's really
Yeah.
American. Times Square is super American. Um, just Times Square, Central Park, Chinatown, everything was really crazy. It's such a beautiful, beautiful city, really.
That's so funny. So I've heard about the difference in portion sizes, like ours is bigger. I have not heard that our cars or like our hotel beds are bigger. That's so
Yes.
fascinating to find out. I guess they say everything's bigger in Texas. I guess everything's just bigger in the States. I don't know. Um that's so fascinating. Now I'm trying to imagine like what your car sizes are like and just like minimizing
Smaller.
it. That's hilarious. But obviously we hope to have you back here again in the States, maybe in
Hopefully.
2026. Um, as you're surveying the landscape across the States, you've wrestled Allie Katch, Sammy Chaos, and a few others. Who else would you like to share the ring with in your potential return to the United States?
Oh my God. I don't know. It's so, so hard. You have amazing wrestlers. I really like Willow, for example.
Yeah.
I really like her. She has amazing personality as well. And of course, you have like talent. I know, for example, Queen Aminata.
Yes.
I know she used to live in France. And I know she said, I want to wrestle in France. So maybe I'll be able to share with her here. So yeah, she's amazing as well. I think honestly everyone. Right, I know it's a little bit not a stupid answer, but an easy answer, but really everyone. I think every single wrestler I can share ring with can give me something, and hopefully I can give them something back. So whether it can be in the States or someone else in the globe, I will be extremely happy to share a ring with a lot of people.
Absolutely. Couple more questions for you. We mentioned obviously you're bringing all the sparkle and all the magic with you everywhere. Ring gear wise, though, obviously you love the glitz, you love the glam, the sparkle. What would you say are your go-to sources of inspiration when you're crafting and envisioning your ring gear?
I think I wanted a gear and I wanted to be a wrestler that shows my personality. I didn't want to hide who I am. I didn't want to be someone else. So I was like, okay, I'm small, I'm teeny, I like, cute stuff
Yeah.
and things like that. And I really wanted to be like that as well. And it's really hard. Your first gear is hard to think about it because you're like, oh,
Yes.
what is the type of gear I want? Do I want tights? Do I want this? Do I want
Yeah.
that? So it was complicated, but I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a lot of glitter on. And I contacted Maudino, who is an amazing gear maker. She did like the gear of Mercedes Money recently, and she's absolutely amazing. So I just chatting with her, and she was like, "Oh, I think this can suit you. Oh, this is your personality. Oh, this color as well. Like I'm wearing like I'm very flashy, in my colors, yellow and everything like that because I just love it. So I think your gear should be who you are as a person, and this is just how I don't have any inspiration. I don't think it's just, oh, I like it, or I like that. Okay, and I can put everything together.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
It's just you.
just me.
Yeah. I love it too because it's very bright and cheerful. It brings it, like you said, the magic to the crowd and to the ring. As we're looking ahead now, can't believe I'm going to say this, but 2026 is right around the corner. It's crazy. What would you say are some of your personal and professional goals for the new year?
I want to be the best I can be. I want to travel. I want to share the ring. I have big matches. I just want to improve. I again, easy answer, but it's really it. Like I want to prove myself that I can do it. This year, I think I proved myself a lot of things. I proved myself that I could have big matches. I could share the ring with amazing opponents. Like I faced Megan Dane, which is crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about it, same. I share the ring with Kenji, with Emerson Jane. And so I want to continue that. I want to prove the fans, but mainly I want to prove myself that I can improve and get better. I want to travel. One of my goals is to go to Japan, uh,
Yeah.
there to train and to wrestle there. So, because I think if I can make it to Japan, if I can have matches there, my ultimate goal is stardom, definitely. Um, if I can go to Japan and be good at wrestling there, then okay, I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm a good wrestler. It's my ultimate goal because for me, stardom or Japanese in general, it's the absolute best of what you can find in wrestling, especially female wrestling. Um, so yeah, just continue on my journey and be proud of my wrestling and of who I am because I'm looking to improve as a wrestler and as a person as well. Gain new maturity, gives you more knowledge about wrestling, about yourself. I think this coming year is going to be really the year I know who I am as a wrestler and as a person as well.
I feel like you would fit right in with Japan because they have a mix of that strong style intensity, but also like really a lot of them are really fun characters as well. So I'd love to see you kind of
Yeah.
in the mix there. Obviously we're manifesting that. Fingers crossed. The new year is a few short weeks away, but in the meantime, we're gonna enjoy the rest of 2025. And I'd say it's been a successful year for you. So
Oh,
keep it up. But obviously, before we let you go, please let the listeners know where they can find you online and support you.
you can find me on Instagram and on X. So it's Celine underscore. Um, you can send me a message, leave a like, comment and everything. It's always good to see that we have support. Always, always, just to remind us that what we are doing is good and is right and that people enjoy it. So yeah, Instagram and X. More on Instagram, but X is okay too.
Yeah, I get it. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to chat with you.
Oh, of course. Thank you very much for having me.